got 2 Samuel 11, and I got 2 Timothy 2.
We good.
Yeah, so get that Romans 5 too. Yeah, I was sure.
You got that in the NLT.
Which one?
It's Second Timothy.
2 Timothy. Kind of like grab it.
You get it in the NLT. Make sure you leave that.
Yeah, we good.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodash.
double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful leg out there pushing his word and truth and then sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, once again, coming with another live stream, joined by, the beloved brothers of the GMS Orlando branch. All right, and what we want to get into today, okay, is Jake doesn't appreciate the sacrifice, and as we've been awakened to who we are, as a people, well, we become, all right, familiar with the sacrifices that was made for us to be in this position, beginning with the sacrifice of Yahushua. All right, you look at Jacob, our people look at their story of Jacob, rational angels, a light thing.
Right.
But you got to put yourself in the position of Jacob. And they say, well, he wrestled all night. Well, he didn't just have himself in mind. He had us in mind, the descendants. And see, our forefathers, matter of fact, real quick, let's get Proverbs 13 and 23.
I got it.
Because it's a mindset that we've been linked back to, man. Go ahead.
Proverbs 13 and 23. It reads, much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that is destroyed for want of judgment.
It's 13, 23.
Yep.
22, yeah, that's
Okay.
It's sloppy, bro.
Proverbs 13 and 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children,
Yep.
and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
Yeah, so a good man leaveth wealth for his children's children. And that's why you think when you go into, especially the nobility, you might see a hallway of just pictures of their forefathers. Certain men and their accolades and how they contributed to your current situation. So when you look at the scriptures, it's a collection of, all right, the works and the accolades of particular men that played a part in our current situation, beginning with who? Yahushua. Okay? And see, we began to appreciate the work that our forefathers put in, and they did it with a lot less convenience. They didn't have the convenience that we have with first world country. They really had to get it out the mud in a whole different fashion, man. Okay? Because you can understand, back then, during, the churches, Jake was, you believed in Yahushua, you might get fed to a lion. That was normal.
Right.
Nigga would go watch the gladiators, and then, for the pregame, Christian, believers, followers of Yahushua, fighting with wild animals. That was normal. And people go back, it wasn't no uproar, it wasn't no, it was just a normal was wrong. Like they norm was different. What I say, Jacob complained about the little shit that man, like our forefathers was on the whole, they was in a whole different atmosphere, man. You got it, bro.
This is John chapter 4. And I'll start at 37. And here is that saying true, one soweth and another reapeth.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed no labor.
Mm-hmm.
Other men labored, and ye are entered into their labors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And going into the legacy of our forefathers, man. You know, you go through the Maccabees, you go through Jacob.
Yep.
All of these sacrifices lead us to this moment through the spirit of Payal Bashim Shah, man, including, you know, the most important, which is Yahweh Shah's sacrifice. You know, Yahweh Shah laying his life down before we knew who we were, you know, to establish us in this day and age. So I will raise you up in the last days. But like you went into earlier this week, Yahweh Shah, that sacrifice was like that buzzer beater. You know, roughly 2,000 years ago, it was stamped, you know. And we always go into this. Yahweh Shah did this so that on this side we can show sincere effort. And 2/3 of our people are proving that they won't even give the Lord the due justice of sincere effort to please him.
Who won't even call his name?
Right.
Y'all won't even say his name? You know, that's not no light thing.
Right.
You can't say his Hebrew name. You know, you got it, bro.
I got, you want me to bring out 2 Samuel 11 or?
Get that Timothy.
All right,
So
come
you got something?
No.
Okay, get that Timothy. I guess you can get with this Sirach 44:1. Bible shop.
It's 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3 in the NLT. It says, endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
Go ahead.
Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life.
Yeah, we don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life. We're not civilians. Okay? We've been enlisted into a spiritual war, and we're on the front line. Okay? You look at the condition of our people. Okay? That's because our people have been in a war and they didn't even know it.
Right.
Drake had just been open to all these enchantments and lies and philosophies that's been destroying them because there was no defense. So the Lord raised up the prophets as a defense. And now we can even go on the offensive in the spirit with the word. The scripture speak about how the word is what? A sword.
Right.
Cutting this shit up. That's why the elect is being pulled out of the fire because, hey, this word is cutting them loose. Cutting them chains loose. This is freeing, all right, the elect out of these prisons. See, when we gain an elect, it's like conquering territory in an actual war. Because you gain the mind of a believer, it's like conquering territory. Because Esau just been on the tear with no resistance.
Right.
But now he's meeting this spiritual resistance through, all right, this spiritual army that the Lord has raised up on the right-hand side.
Sirach 4:1.
You finished that?
No, come.
Yeah,
It's
finish
2
that.
Timothy
That's
2
the main
and
part.
4.
Then, Sirach 44:1.
44.
Yeah.
Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life.
Yep.
For then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them.
And who's the officer that enlisted us? Yahweh Shai. He put us on assignment, man. Okay? We're on assignment, and the end game, the bigger picture, okay, is the victory. And it's already promised. Okay? We're just playing our part to a victory that's already promised. Because you go into an actual war, you're not sure if you're gonna get the victory or not.
Right.
You're fighting, hoping for an outcome. We already been reassured that we have the victory.
Right.
The thing is, that's what faith kick in to continue to believe in that victory as we fight, man. You know? You got it.
Another thing is soldiers don't know when they're coming home.
Yep.
You know, that is the reality in actual warfare. When it's the hot part of the battle, you don't know when the expiration date is, so to speak. You don't know when that war is going to end. That's why you have to constantly stay on guard, you know, and this is why the scriptures talk about discerning the times. If you understood the times, there would be a natural sense of urgency and an understanding of the bigger picture. Not just being an Israelite, because being an Israelite is not the finish line. We were born into a war, all right, which is why Yahweh Shah is known as the author and finisher of our faith. When we see Yahweh Shah, Lord willing, we be a part of that number, that is the sign that we've attained the victory. But until then, we have to continue to fight and endure hardness as good soldiers. And that means you don't know when the war's going to end. That goes into counting the cost. When you enlist in Esau's military, you have to count the cost. And what is the cost? Your life. And everything in between that. You know, when we come into this fight through the spirit of Payal by Shema Shai, you have to also count that cost. You know? Yeah, one up.
Yeah.
So,
this is 1 through 15. I want to read all these.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 44:1.
Yep.
Let us not praise famous men and our fathers that begat us.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord have wrought great glory by them
Yes.
through his great power from the beginning.
Yo, so we gotta consider, and that's what that goes into being noble. You thoroughly understand the deeds of your forefathers, the men, all right, who played a part in establishing the right now, all through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai. You see, that's an honorable trait. That's a noble trait to understand, all right, the history of your forefathers. Okay, go ahead.
Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms,
Yep,
being renowned for their power,
yep.
giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies. Leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning meant for the people.
And that's another thing when you link, as we link ourselves back to our forefathers, our expectations. See, Esau gives us this ceiling, going back to it. You know, where your value is a salary.
Mm-hmm.
No. You go to the scriptures. No, these men had integrity.
That's it.
They stood stiffly. They told kings, this is how they answer kings. You see, because guess what? When we in these positions that we're coming into, we're gonna think about how our forefathers acted. We can be in the position of Daniel in the lion's den. We can be in the position of those three Hebrew boys, all right in front of a Rothschild. You know, and now we got instilled in us how these men move. Eleazar, well, just act like you're eating pork. No, I'm not doing. They set standards.
Mm-hmm.
Then, you know, we don't need to know their net worth.
Right.
We don't need to know Eleazar net worth, what he did, and that ain't how he stood in the paint. That's what will pass down to us above generational wealth. Because even going back to Proverbs 13:22, says a good man will pass an inheritance to his children's children. So even though we don't have the wealth, actual wealth from the kingdom of Solomon, we got the wisdom.
That's it.
Right.
You see that wisdom survived the
Right.
generations, man.
Right. That was Sirach 30:1. It reads, He that teacheth his son,
Come.
he that teacheth his son agree with the enemy.
Right. Because this is the true wealth. The true wealth is that wisdom. Because one thing we've learned through the Spirit is the counsel that the Lord has given us through the scriptures and the wisdom. It's transcended multiple lifetimes all throughout history. These scriptures have applied, and when applied, you have a way to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real riches. You know, to think about the riches of today is a real temporal, short-minded mentality. Our forefathers didn't think that way. You know, we were having a conversation off camera about, in the ancient world, the standard of our people was integrity.
Right.
It wasn't how much money you had. You had rich men in Israel, but that wasn't the standard. The standard that's still written today is about our righteous forefathers, the ones who stood stiffly for the name and for the family's sake.
Right.
And that's the war we have found ourselves born into. You know, Yahweh Shai said that to Pilate, for this reason was I born, you know, to give testimony to the truth.
So I'm going to run it back from the top.
Huh.
Sirach 44:1. Let us praise famous men and our fathers that begat us. The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, being renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies. Leaders of the people by their counsel and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people, wise and
About to say
eloquent
this,
in the instruction.
and a lot of Jake with this, it's like cutting you off,
No, you good.
but like a lot of Jake this, well, we know them niggas teaching that all nations can make it on some sellout shit. But if you were Israelites that's drawn into that and you cool with that, it's because you don't have faith that your nation can run the world.
Mm.
That's why you feel comfortable with other nations being involved. But you go into it, what it say? Wise counselors.
Yeah, wise and eloquent in their instruction.
Yeah, and they're capable of running the earth. We fully believe that the nation of Israel, the men of Israel, beginning with Yahweh Shai, are more than capable of running the earth, man.
Yeah.
You know, we've been awakened back to the sons of God. That's another thing. We the sons of God. Hey, how boy from cause I bring that all the time. Coming to America. when you found out Hakeem had a job.
You just said my son works.
He said he was pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So y'all, you know, you niggas still excited about a job. Even if you get a job, no matter how much you make, nigga, they're still below us.
So beneath us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta work. You crazy. Of course you gotta work. Duh. Yeah, that's a rocket. Like it's a calculus question. It got. Yes, you gotta work. Okay, and if you can better yourself, do it. But when it comes to this ministry, ain't no compromise. And that's what we learned from our forefathers. They didn't compromise. None of you niggas had more to lose than Moses. None of you had more to lose than Daniel. You not the hand of the you not the Rothschild personal assistant. You know what I'm saying? You see?
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah. You know, and then you work at Google, you know, and then I'll be back. You know what?
Yeah, that's like we all in the trench together, and you take your uniform off, you put your gun down, and
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be back in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Y'all got it from here.
Yeah.
Watch my gun.
We pinned down.
Yeah.
We,
Oh man. And that goes into discerning the time.
Yeah,
Man. Just because you get to go home don't mean you ain't in a war. You know.
that's
And
crazy.
going into that Uriah's account, you know, he had the opportunity to go home, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna sleep at the door. And how can I go home and be comfortable when we in a war? You know, we haven't even entered into the rest that the Lord promised us. And Jake trying to have rest here. We passing through here, man. That's why you can never put anything over the war.
Right.
You know, and if like Apostle Ariamla brought out, if you're a man of the Lord gonna remove it. Whatever you set your mind on, the Lord gonna take your toy. Get back to business. Lord willing.
Yep.
Because otherwise, Lord just give you your toy and let you run off in the desert. And
Right.
once you leave the hedge, like the dude said yesterday in the movie, yeah, the chickens can jump over the fence and they free, but the fox is free too.
Yeah, he said 'cause they can't fly.
Yeah, they could just they could do enough to get over the fence. But once you free, the fox is free too, and that hedge is gone. You left the hedge.
Man,
You know.
this Ecclesiastes 44:5, such as found out musical tunes and recited verses in writing.
Yep.
Rich men furnished with ability, living peaceable in their habitation.
And so it's like through the Spirit we left off from building Esau's house
Yep.
to continue building our forefathers'
Yep.
house.
Yep.
Because when you get all into Esau's jobs and all your effort in Esau's society forwards his society. You know, this work forwards the true society, the true house, the house of nobility. Lord willing, we be a part of that number.
The Lord put us in remembrance of building his house.
Right. You got a charge to keep.
Yeah.
Like how King David told King Solomon, you know, keep the charge.
Yep.
Once
Yep.
you come into this understanding, you got to keep the charge.
This verse 7.
give Caesar what's Caesar's.
Right.
Give to the
Right.
Most High what's the Most
Yeah,
High.
that's it.
The Havashai gave the perfect balance in Rome.
Yep. Yep.
So you gotta play with it. You gotta play this nigga game, but then you can't neglect what's the Most High, which is us. If we're the first fruits are dedicated to the Heavenly Father.
Yeah. Yeah, he said, He
Yeah.
said they are mine. Exodus 13.
Gun.
They are mine.
We
Yeah.
belong to that's so Yahushua was saying, give Caesar what's Caesar. You in his captivity, so you gotta give him some of your labor. But you belong to the Most High. Because
Right.
even when you at captivity, your mind is on this.
Right.
Right. They should remember themselves.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's verse 7. All these were honored in their generation and were the glory of their times.
They were the glory of their times. Not the richest man in their day and age.
Right.
They were the glory. And that goes back into seeking out the paths of our fathers. Our fathers' standard was integrity and righteousness. It wasn't how much money they could gather up in their lifetime.
Bro, and it was the highest standard in integrity. It was the standard.
Right.
The integrity. Deuteronomy 4, the Lord said, this is your wisdom and understanding
In
in the sight of the nations. It's verse 8. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. And some there be which have no memory, some have no memorial, who are perished as though they have never been, and are become as though they have never been born, and their children after them.
And if I can say this, those men are going to be honored in the kingdom.
Right,
Their works are going to be known.
right.
But it shows you that they wasn't doing nothing for clout.
Right.
Mhm.
They was forward in righteousness. They didn't get the accolades of particular men that we read about in the scriptures. But their works are not unnoticed.
Right.
Just like a brother, you know, like if you don't get that many views, sometimes it feel like you're invincible.
Right.
It feels like you're not even there. But the Lord is going to reward that.
Mhm.
It's recorded in the
Yeah,
heavens.
it's recorded, and you're going to be rewarded, okay, for your honor. And really, that takes more integrity
Mhm.
to keep going when you're not getting all the,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, the praise and accolades. Like
Right.
that really take more integrity.
Big
Right.
brother mention that all the time, man.
Yeah,
Uncommonly parts of
Yeah.
the body.
yeah.
You know, because you got brothers whose gifts may not be the best teachers, but there's certain things that they do amongst the camp that's invaluable. You
Mhm.
can't put a price on it.
Mm-hmm.
And those works are just as valuable, you know, as the ones who have that ability to teach. Because you have brothers that have that gift, you know, that gift they can teach exceptionally well. You know, and that's why I'm going into what the brother's bringing out. Whether your videos get 2 views, 3 views, 4 views, you got 10 subscribers. None of that matters. What matters is pushing and forwarding the legacy with whatever gift you have. That's why even amongst, when you deal with the analogy of war, every soldier ain't got the same equipment.
Mm-hmm.
This soldier might have a shovel on his pack
Mm-hmm.
because we got to dig the trench.
Mm-hmm.
This guy might be the medic. If you lose the medic, you lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the medic ain't John Wick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, he patching John Wick up.
Yeah.
He's just as important.
Yeah.
And the Lord put this body together, and these videos help edify, which is to build up the members of the elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number.
I want to read 9 again.
Salakia.
Sirach 44:9. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they have never been, and are become as though they have never been born, and their children after them. But these were merciful men, whose righteousness have not been forgotten. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance,
Mm-hmm.
and their children are within the covenant.
Woo! Hey, so they back in it. They born into this truth. They're born into this truth, man. They're born into this understanding.
That's verse.
You know?
Crazy.
So the Lord
Shout
got
out.
it set up to where those men are coming back to their reward. But this is the time He's finna reward the prophets, man.
Yeah.
And all those men. Okay, 144,000 men. No one can name each of those men and all their accolades, but it's gonna be named in the kingdom. It's
Right.
gonna be known in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay? Like I said, we have a few, we know certain of our forefathers that we notice of that number. Okay? But see, we're not here to try to decipher who's and what. We here to win a war.
Right.
All that's for post-war glory.
That's it.
You see? Right now it's about playing whatever part needs to be played. To be played.
Mhm.
You know? Go ahead.
Verse 12. Their seed standing fast.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord said, who will stand up for me against the evildoers and the
Yeah.
workers of iniquity?
Yeah.
Psalm 94. It's heavy because in Isaiah 48, the Lord said they stand up together.
Yeah. Yeah.
My call is their seed standing fast, and their children for their sakes. Their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out.
Yep.
Their bodies are buried in peace, but their name liveth forevermore. The people will tell of their wisdom, and the congregation will show forth their praise.
Those men gonna have a story in the kingdom. They gonna be legends. Those 144,000 men, 12,000 men from each tribe are gonna be legends, prophets, kings, war heroes. You see, they're gonna. No one can take that away from them. What they've done in all these different reincarnations, all gonna be solidified. You know, you gotta think, man. It's gonna be a. You see, like you have what you got, like the Netflix specials, and
Mm-hmm.
imagine how this gonna be in the kingdom for those men. Those men's story are gonna be,
Oh, yeah.
you know, talked about. That's gonna be the talk of the kingdom is the story of those men.
Right.
Because you're gonna understand when you're in the earth, you're gonna understand that it's because of these men beginning with Yahushua that we get to enjoy this paradise. They gonna know that forever.
Right.
When people are enjoying from Israelites, even after that 1,000 years, and the heathens, all right, get to have substance in particular things, they're gonna know the reason we're able to do this is because of what these men done.
Right. If I can get Deuteronomy 32:7, it reads, "Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee."
You got it.
It's just going back to that Sirach 44, man. These renowned men, it was for their wisdom. As that last verse, and it said it was about their wisdom, man. And if I can go back to it real quick, just that verse.
I got one while you're getting that.
You got it.
Ecclesiastes 37:25. The days of the life of man may be numbered, but the days of Yasharallah are innumerable. A wise man shall inherit glory among his people, and his name shall be perpetual.
Right.
You got it.
So back in Ecclesiastes 44:15, the people would tell of their wisdom, and the congregation would show forth their praise. The elders they was at the gate for a reason, man. These are the choice men that the Lord, every Israelite city had that, elders at the gates. These are those choice men that was chosen to stand and give the wisdom of the Lord, man.
Right.
In this situation that it was these men that was at the gates. You had to go to them. So, hey, that wisdom, man, that people would tell of their wisdom, it's heavy, man. Because it, like Ezekiel 11:16, the Lord said, everywhere where he scattered Israel at, it's going to be a little sanctuary.
Right.
So, all the camps, all the GMS camps throughout the four corners of the earth, these are like into Israelite communities. Even though brothers in it, under these Edomites living amongst these devils, but it's like them little sanctuaries is like the elders at the gates. That's where the wisdom is at, man. And the Lord is doing the same thing, rebuilding the tabernacle of David, but the men that scattered out everywhere is at the gates. And that's where the wisdom at. That's why Proverbs 1, wisdom is sure for herself in the gates, in the chief place of concourse. But that's where the men is at.
Right.
Yeah, so that's, and in 1 Corinthians 14, the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
There's real quick, there's Ecclesiastes 41. And I start at 11. It says, the mourning of men is about their bodies, but an ill name of sinners shall be blotted out. Have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold. A good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever.
That's it.
And this is the time to stamp our legacy.
Yeah.
And see, it's not even that you have the intent of trying to make a name for yourself, but by default, if you do right, you're gonna have a name.
Yeah.
Right.
If you show integrity, you're gonna have a name. So it's not even, like you have a checklist of things to do to get a good name. No, just be solid.
That's it.
You're gonna have a good name.
That's it.
Be solid, be thorough. Your wins and losses, even in your losses, like damn, it's on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's on me.
Mm.
Just be solid. By default, you're gonna have a good name. Be sincere, like we talking about. Be
Yeah.
sincere. It ain't even about the accolade, bro. Sincere. See, cause this whole concept of wealth and chasing the bag and attaching, prosperity to a dollar amount, like this of this world, man.
Right.
So you
Okay.
can read that?
That was Ecclesiastes 41.
Okay. This Proverbs 22:1.
Yep.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
Yeah, if you have a good name, okay, that's more valuable than money. Because going back to the Game of Thrones, the Lannisters had a lot of money, but their name was shit.
Right. Yep.
You see?
Yep.
And then Stark didn't have as much.
But his name.
So his children, wherever they went in the whole earth, once they found they was start,
How's the start?
they was good. They go beyond money. You know, and Jake still stuck on this whole thing with money. Okay, get some money, Jake. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Get some money. You know? Ain't nobody money to you, man. You go get you some goddamn money, man.
Just do the work.
Yeah, shit.
That's it.
Yeah, we not even tripping. Jake act like we got him under surveillance. Nah, go get you some money, man. Get the concern comes up when you start to compromise.
That's it. That's it.
Compromise, okay, what's required in the spirit from all of us, man. Okay, so nah, man. You look at our forefathers, man. They were just silent men, and them being silent got them a good name. Eleazar didn't do that, trying to get no name. He didn't know he was gonna be talked about.
Right.
He was in the moment, like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I'm not finna lead them young men that look up to me as straight. You know, he didn't know they were gonna be recorded.
Right.
Right. It was just the right thing to do.
Yeah, he was just being him.
Right.
Dane didn't know all this was gonna be recorded and there's gonna be movies about him, and he didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was just standing on faith in the clutch. You see?
This is Ecclesiastes 7:1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
Mm-hmm. A good name, man. You got-
Hey, and you know, you think about it, once the Lord has illuminated you, you know, the Lord is in essence giving you a good name. You know, that's why the scriptures talk about hold fast that no man take thy crown.
Right.
Which means mercy and truth are met together, meaning as it stands this day, the Lord showed you mercy by giving you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he stresses enduring to the end, to maintain the good name that the Lord is giving you.
Right.
Because it's like when the king put his name on you, he put a stamp on you, everything come with that like a herald. I don't have the power of the king, I bring the word of the king.
Right.
But if you touch me, it's like you touch the king.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So when you understand the bigger picture, you move different, and you're not gonna put this world above that honor and privilege that you've been given. That was a privilege.
Right.
The king just said, look, whatever you did in the world, I'm gonna pick you up, I'm gonna clean you up, I'm gonna put you in my crib. You fine, you go over there, do the dishes, you clean up the living room, and until I get back. And then somewhere along the line, Jake started looking out the window and started trying to creep back out the house.
Mm-hmm. I got something for you, bro. In Luke 9:23, and he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself
Yep.
and take up his cross daily and follow me.
Daily.
That's it.
Daily.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this in the AMP. It says, and this Luke 9:23 in the AMP says, and he was saying to them all, if any wishes to follow me as my disciple, he must deny himself, set aside selfish interests, and take up his cross daily, expressing a willingness to endure whatever may come, and follow me, believing in me, conforming to my example in living, and if need be, suffering or perhaps dying because of faith in me. Okay?
That's the war.
Yeah.
That is the war.
Yahweh Shai, and see, whatever we can suffer in the truth, Yahweh Shai did it to the 10th power.
That's it.
You see, any type of death that we could possibly take in the truth, Yahweh Shai did that to the 10th power. Any humiliation that we can come into in the truth, Yahweh Shai did it to the 10th power. He said, the foxes have holes, the birds have nests.
But the
Son
son
of
of man
man.
have nowhere to lay his head.
Okay? You see, but you niggas lay your waterhead ass up every night in the bed.
Nice pillow.
Yeah,
Yeah, sleep number shit.
yeah. Nigga got 9-inch TV,
Yeah.
you know. Nigga, the PlayStation with the headset, you know them niggas got the headset with
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It cut on when you walk in the room and shit. You
Yeah.
know, you niggas, you know these niggas, man. These niggas act like they just so. Nigga, come on, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything that you can think that you can suffer, our king did it to the 10th power. So that's why Howard Shine hearing that shit. And he's speaking through his prophet. We ain't getting that shit, man. Them excuses and playing and acting like you just some type of victim all the goddamn time, man. Look, we not hearing that shit, man.
That's heavy because every time it's always Jake trying to feel like they the victim.
Yeah,
Right.
Every fucking time, bro. That's crazy.
yeah.
That's why Jake used the extremes. Y'all don't want me to be. Y'all want me to be poor and destitute.
Yeah. Y'all want me to take no baths.
Yeah, and nobody said that. Like that's a and our forefathers didn't have a victim mentality. They had an accountability mentality, like the 3 children.
Damn, that's crazy.
They was like, the Lord could save us, but if He don't, it is what it is. Jake forget we had the mercy of the Lord. We earned this. We earned this captivity,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
We earned worse than this. Jake forget that part. They forget what the king did before we knew who we were. Jake was in the world chasing all type of bullshit, and then the Lord cleaned you up.
Yeah.
Said, I ain't even gonna charge all that shit you did. I ain't even gonna charge that to you. I just need you to come on in, come work. That's a privilege. We was going into that earlier this week. You had a better chance of winning the lottery than having this truth.
Yeah, yeah.
So for you to act the way you act with it, it's like you don't even appreciate the gift. You don't appreciate what Yahweh Shai did. And this world is more important. And that's not to say that you got to be destitute and irresponsible, but it's just saying that you have a higher purpose than this world. This world comes second to that purpose.
Right. If I can read this.
Lord willing.
Ezra 9:13. And after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that our power hath punished us less than our iniquity deserved, and has given us such deliverance as this, should we again break thy commandments and join in affinity with the people of these abominations?
Right.
Wouldst not thou be angry with us till thou hadst consumed us, so that there should be no remnant nor escaping? O Yahweh, power of Israel, thou art righteous, for we remain yet escaped. As it is this day, behold, we are before thee in our trespasses, for we cannot stand before thee because of this. So, the Lord showed us mercy, man. Man, nothing but mercy.
Hey, the Lord say, don't have no other gods before me.
Right.
That's a form of having another God before the Lord.
Right.
You putting His purpose, the privilege He's giving you, you putting that under the table to put the money on top of the table. That's off, bro. That's off.
I want to
It's
get
like,
this one too.
And our apostles, even when you deal with the video of this recent situation, they never said none of that. All of that was just fluff that y'all did to play the victim. Nobody said you had to be irresponsible.
Right.
The meat of the conversation was that you don't put the world over this purpose, this privilege that you've been given.
Yeah.
That was it.
This is Job 11:5. But oh, that power would speak and open his lips against thee, and that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is, knowing therefore that power exactive of thee less than that iniquity deserved. So it said that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom.
Hey, Howard Shah lighten the load.
Right.
Just like
Right.
we watching that movie, The King, when his big brother came in and handled it.
Right.
Yeah.
He could have went home, cause the problem was quelled. Because the whole problem was the rebellion of this nigga.
Yeah.
But what Jake want to do? I'm gonna go to war anyway.
Get my own.
I'm gonna go get my own. Cause that's what you want. You want to go get some money in this world. You want your own glory.
Yeah.
You just really trying to go get your own glory outside of this, man.
Because that nigga wasn't the man in the world.
Yeah. So,
Still
like,
trying
at
to
the
be
end
the
of the
man.
day, when money is such a high priority on your mind, you really want your own glory right now. Okay? Because this is a social media area where instant,
Gratification.
you know? So, you understand that, when you have this world's goods, you can get instant gratification instead of waiting on your house shot. You see? You got it, bro.
Hey, cause it said we hear the Lord maintain our lot. That's what King David said I read yesterday, Psalm 16. Thou maintainest my lot. So all we gotta do is maintain, which is the simplest way of saying keep the main thing. We just maintaining, but Jake want more than that. That's that greed, man. It's the lust. That's that lust.
Hey,
Serving the Lord ain't enough. Serving the Lord ain't enough.
They don't value this.
No.
Like we were talking about yesterday, like this is valuable, man. To be able to break bread, you know, with brothers, build with brothers, man. You know, like I say, man, I don't, you know, and I was a go getter in the world, man. I was always trying to pull some shit off. You know, scheming and plotting and had this going, you know, and the Lord broke me down, man. Like, bro, I got something else. You know, so my thing now, just me personally, man. Hey, I just pray the Lord don't have me out here begging, and that I can do good to the brothers when I'm around the brothers.
That's it.
Outside of that, everything else extra.
That's it.
Cause after your daily bread, everything else extra.
Yeah.
Your daily necessities, everything else extra, man. We not owed nothing.
Right.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tough.
But the Lord give us our daily bread and keep us in this truth. We got everything. We just survive until you, cause all you gotta do is survive to the end of the war.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get the spoils.
Yeah.
You just gotta not die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta not die, and you gonna get the same spoils as the men that got 200 bodies.
Yeah.
You see?
He didn't came off the bench.
Yeah, yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might, you know, hit a nigga running backwards, but hey, you survived. You there, you doing something, you know what I'm saying? They gotta respect it. He ain't leave.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know? But
Yeah,
Jake
you run
don't
backwards,
think
man.
like that, man.
Yeah. That's heavy.
You know?
Damn.
I got one.
You can,
It's 1 Corinthians 7:31 in the NLT. It says, "Those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them."
Woo! So we use these things. It's just it's a job.
Mhm.
It's some shit that's finna go digital.
Mhm.
Then you gotta think about it prophetic. This shit finna go digital. So you do work for these companies and make out y'all gonna be the first one to go digital.
Yeah.
You work for certain corporations.
Get out of here.
You know, you work for Raytheon. Then you all finna go digital. Okay? You got the little job, how this is a temporary setup.
Mm-hmm.
We on assignment. We're soldiers on the assignment. These, like Eliashua woman said, these bodies are to spy out the land and send a report back up top. Like,
That's
yeah, this shit wicked.
Yeah, that's it.
Like them
That's
angels
it.
went to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah,
they
yeah.
in bodies?
Yeah.
They was like, because that's why they were trying to get to them, because they was sent there to spy out the land and get a report. And once the report got up top, the destruction came.
Yeah.
That's the mission we on. Because what Revelation 19 said, I'm thy fellow servant, thy brethren.
Fellow brethren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they know that we here on the angels know we here on the assignment. That's why brothers see chariots all the time. That's our brothers going overhead, like
Yeah.
yeah,
I got you.
yeah. It's kind of seeing, you know.
Yeah.
And then we getting the ground information.
Right. Ground
We
troops.
getting the information from the ground. Like this shit terrible.
Ground troops.
Yeah, it's bad.
Getting all the intel.
Yeah. But see, Jake don't look at this like it's real.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't real to Jake. Because it don't come with the accolades. But nah, this real, man. Like, we doing the real service. We serving the king.
Yeah.
You know, but to Jake, this ain't real.
Because that's why Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 16:4, a wicked and dark generation seek about the sign. They need to see something, man. If the Lord showed Jake something, then it'll keep him here. But no, that ain't how the Lord work, man. Jake don't see the benefits in serving the Lord.
Mm-mm.
That's the problem. They don't see the benefit. But then everybody else see the benefits. There's always one, man, or two that don't see the benefits.
Hey,
But
it's
no, you good, bro. You got
You
it.
got it, bro. You got it.
But why everybody else is still here? Because everybody else can make that same complaint.
Yeah.
Everybody else can make the same complaint, man. You ain't the only one going through shit.
That's it.
Shit, you got it, bro.
I mean, we all in the trench together. We all taking part in the sufferings, if you will. You know, and what Jake wants is a transactional relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
They want one of them.
Yeah,
All right, I got 3 videos for 3 shekels.
Yeah.
Like Jake and the Lord never wanted us to have a transactional relationship with him. That's why right now the princes of the sons of God, have all the responsibility and none of the tangible rewards. The rewards we gain through the Spirit are in the Spirit, but we don't have any of the tangible rewards that come with being the sons of God, but we have all the responsibility. And that's because when we had all of it, we took it for granted. And Jake wanted a transactional relationship with the Lord, man, and it don't work like that.
Hey, to make that point, right? This 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto God. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And the point is just the top piece. Study to show thyself approved unto God. You gotta prove yourself, man.
Right.
You gotta prove yourself, man. And Jake getting emotional right now. That ain't a nigga that's approved, man.
No.
The Lord give you you here.
Yep.
You know. Niggas not calling on the Lord's name no more. And they know the Hebrew. Hey, nigga, the Lord showing you.
Man, bro.
And that's just a nigga the Lord done, hey, the Lord done punched a hole in his goddamn, the lamp. He leaking.
Yup.
He
How
leaking.
spewing these niggas out.
Yeah, they leaking, man. They done punched a pinhole in their ass. They leaking.
Yeah, your Howard Shaw looking down on you niggas, man. And you ashamed under him. So he shamed your bitch ass, man.
Yeah, real talk.
And that's what we're getting to. Cause you niggas, which I got it. Let me get it. This Luke 9:24 said, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. And you guys, you're trying to save your life. You want to maintain that lifestyle. A lot of these guys, they're mad at the truth. They think the truth, they look at the truth as it ruined their life because it requires a commitment to where you miss out on shit.
That's like being married.
Yeah.
You got women be like, man, I wasted my
Yeah.
15 years this
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
I could have been out here.
Yeah.
That's a nigga in the truth.
Yeah. Because that fear of missing out shit.
Yeah.
That FOMO shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because you don't like you say, a woman that think like that, she don't appreciate the structure that the husband is providing, the guidance. You know? You know, she don't appreciate the father figure that the children have. She just think about the fun she missing out on. She want to try some new ride and shit. She want her single girls, her single. Because this is another thing too. We're betrothed to your house shot.
Right.
So we can't be out here like these silly hoes with these people of the world.
Right.
They get to go do this and do that without no covering. And it seems like fun. Like, girl, you missing out. You sleep with him every night. You know what I mean? You know, that's he the only man you talk like. Yeah, so that's how Jake is in the world, like these silly hoes, man. Okay, these single, independent, do what they want women, so they just out here doing what they want to do. And that's why Jake don't want to come under no order. Like the affiliates.
Right, exactly.
You see? Like I say, they want to date, I'm dating. That's like that shit, I'm dating. Nah, you still fucking and getting, you know, you're having sex like you're enjoying the sex. You're enjoying the benefits of being taken care of, having different men to come fix this and fix that. So you want the perks of a husband without the commitment.
Yeah.
You see, you want all the benefits of a husband without the commitment. And that's what Jake wants. Like you say, it's transactional.
Right.
Because you go to someone that's dating, that's a straight transactional relationship.
Right.
Hey, it's heavy. The brother, I'm reading the brother precept.
That's a mentality of a harlot.
Yeah.
What is this? Take me home pronto. You put a precept. It reads, Ecclesiastes 18:22. Let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time, and defer not unto death to be justified. Hey, you know, we always talk about this. Exodus 24, when we like, yeah, everything that Yahweh said we would do.
That's it.
So every time we come back every third or fourth generation,
That's it.
you got to pay that vow.
You're bound to that marriage. Right.
That's why I say, 1 Peter 2, ye as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices. The spiritual sacrifices stand in great boldness, man. Yeah, so that's heavy. That Ecclesiastes 18:22, read again. Let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time, and defer not unto death to be justified, if need be. Jake ain't built for this, man. It's them niggas folding up early, and we at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why not having the big picture in mind will hurt you. Cause you thinking like the Uriah.
Yep.
Uriah could have went home. And
Yeah, he coulda.
stayed, slept in his bed and
Yeah,
got with his wife and
with no thought.
but he had the bigger picture in mind.
Shit, he had a baddie.
Yeah, the big picture in mind. He had a lot to go back home to.
Yeah.
But he put that off.
Shit, he had a bad
He
beat.
said, I'm gonna sleep at the door. And in fact, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah, top notch broad, man.
And then
Shit.
King David gave him meats and wine.
To go back home.
Yeah,
Like, it's a party.
yeah. He
Nah.
feast. Nah, he like nah, cause he didn't want to tap back into the element,
Right,
cause he was at war.
right,
That's why the Lord, like you always been going into season. It's a season for that,
right,
cause it's needed for balance. But at that time, it's at the height of war.
right,
Cause even back then, it was a season when they went to war. Like
Right.
just like you have football season.
Yeah.
Well, there were certain seasons that they would go to war.
right.
So it was a season of war. So
Right.
there wasn't time for that. That's post-war.
Right,
That's post-war or pre-war.
right.
But in the war, it's a different.
Yeah, you gotta stay in fifth gear.
Yeah.
You already done.
Yeah.
Your heart got you.
Your
it's
mind
crazy
already
'cause,
wrapped
yeah,
around the war.
yeah, the adrenaline get to pumping when
Yeah.
you first get started. But then after 100 kills, your heart normal.
Yeah, you locked in now.
You locked in. Yeah.
100 days of eating
Yeah.
staple foods.
Mhm.
You know, you want to go back to eating
Yeah.
rich food like that.
For a day.
Yeah. You've been surviving off staples,
Yeah.
surviving off what you killed.
Eating a deal with no season on
yeah,
that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no season on that bill.
This is 2 Samuel 11:9. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah,
Man.
Camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down unto thine house?
Mm-hmm.
And Uriah said unto David, The ark, and Israel, and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab, and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house, to eat and to drink, and to lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing.
And that's that faithful and wise servant, man. And Yahweh Shah said that. I want to read this too. Y'all got it though.
He was about his duty,
Right.
you know. And then he like Joab. He was thinking about everybody.
Right,
He was thinking about the covenant. He was thinking about Joab. He was thinking about the men under. He was thinking about the men above him, the men under him, his peers. He was thinking about everybody.
bigger picture.
Yeah. He had everybody in mind. It wasn't just his self-interest, man.
Right.
He had everybody and everything in mind. What was at stake, man? Because you gotta understand, if you lose a war, this village go into captivity.
Yeah.
Everything's
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You lose everything.
You lose this war, your wife is now somebody concubine,
Oh.
or they might just run through and kill her.
Right.
Your children are going to be captives to a nation that don't give a damn about it. You see?
Right.
So no, like you said, like this is we on the front line, man. This is spiritual war. Cause if Jake if the Lord did set up a front line, man, these are champions to be running through Jake.
Right.
They said if we went for a remnant, we'd been like Solomon.
Right.
And more,
Yeah.
Completely finished.
So the Lord raised up a front line in the spirit for Jake, because Esau finna come with heavy enchantment. It says if so, to see the very elect.
Right.
What is this nigga finna come with? Okay, so the Lord has created a hedge in the spirit. We're actually we have a duty, man. But to Jake, this is not a duty. This just all you niggas that's in their hangout spirit. You just want to be a part of something like this, a frat party.
Apostle said it all the time.
Yeah, cause see, these same niggas when it comes to the labor, the discipline, the researching, when it comes to that part, you know, Jake, it's a burden. But then when it comes to fellowship, eating chicken and drinking wine, Jake full of energy.
Right.
Man, yeah, he maxed out with energy then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nigga full of energy. But see, when it comes to the tedious part, the part that's not, so comfortable.
Oh man, yeah, Jake want to eat up all the chicken,
Yeah,
drink
yeah.
all the wine,
Yeah,
and he ain't going to sleep. Nigga up all night. If I can go get this, Luke 12:35. Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning, and ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open up. It's like they may open unto him immediately.
Yep.
Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat.
and that's the highest honor you can give someone. For your king to serve you, for your king to pour your wine,
Yeah, man.
for your king to bring you your food. That's the highest form of honor.
Man.
So those men that are ready at his return gonna receive it the highest form of honor.
Right.
Because once you're betrothed in the ancient world, once you were betrothed to the man, your life became about preparing for his return to come get you. That's your life now. Once you were betrothed to a man of ancient Israel, okay, as a woman, your whole life was geared towards being prepared for him to come back at any day.
Right.
So you was being groomed, the best man, because the best man was the go-between. He would be letting you know the progress of the groom, and then he would let the groom know the progress of the wife. Okay? And then the woman, she had to be prepared for any day now. So she couldn't get too attached to her father's house anymore.
Right.
She had to be already detached. You see? Now she's getting ready to be prepared to go to another man's house and see this Esau, Edom, this the old house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we should be preparing ourselves like that bride, okay,
To leave.
to leave at any moment. So the responsibilities that she had in her father's house will begin to diminish because now she's been spending that time being cultivated for her husband now. Because what her father needed her to do around the house is different from what her husband gonna need her to do.
Right.
So now she's being geared towards that husband. That's why you will pay the bride shekel, because that father, he could go out and get a handmaid to replace the duties, you know what I'm saying, of the daughter. Because she finna transition out of there. You see? But see, Jake, like I say, Jake want to stay in this old world. He want to stay in this old way, man.
Right. Attached to the old house.
Yeah, because if you in the spirit, you're not looking for a salary for a comfortable life. You're looking for this bitch to collapse. You on chat trying to see when this bitch gonna collapse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. I'm not comfortable salary.
Yeah.
Nigga, what?
Nah, fuck that shit, bro.
If you got that, cool. Jay act like to be in GMS that you have to be late on all your bills, great women. The woman you do have, you got to beat her up. They act like that's the requirements, and then you in.
Yeah.
No, man, that ain't even at the forefront. But see, we understand we're being prepared for something greater, man.
Right.
I got some more for you too.
I got one to land back the point of the bride. 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to her Mashiach.
Yep.
When you go into that word chaste,
And we're espoused, we're promised to Yahushua. So our life now is geared around being prepared and customized for Yahushua.
Like why Joseph went on in the marriage, she was already promised to him.
Yep.
Would you mind?
chaste, that Greek word for chaste is hagnos. Hagnos, outline of biblical usage, says exciting reverence, and it says venerable. And when you look up that word venerable, it says accorded a great deal of respect, especially because of age, wisdom, or character.
You got it, bro.
So the Lord is really the truth in the ministry itself. In a lot of ways, it saves you from you. It keeps you protected as that chaste virgin for the day of Yahweh Shai. So it keep you from muddying your garment with the world, because this world is greatly polluted. Whatever you have through the Spirit is going to come and go anyway. All the men of the Lord go through highs and lows, peaks and valleys, until we see Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
So you can't really set your heart on nothing out here in the world, because it's all, it could come and go with the seasons.
It's gonna change.
It's subject to come and go with the seasons of your whatever the Lord got you at. So you can't really get attached to it.
Come on, bro. I got some more.
Yeah.
Luke 9:25. It said, "For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself, or be a castaway? For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and in his holy angels." And see, Jake is offended at Yahweh Shai. You know, the process of, being refined and being likened unto Yahweh Shai, Jake is ashamed of that process because it ain't cute to this world. That's why Jake be trying to dress up the refinement process.
Right.
Well, if you went out and look at infrastructure, let's say it was layered in gold, transparent gold, if you was to see, that type of infrastructure, sidewalks of transparent gold, and like, wow, you'll be in amazement. You see? But then if you had to go backwards and go into the refinement process to get that gold to be transparent, a lot of people wouldn't want to be around it. It's going to be hot. It's going to smell a certain way. You see? You gonna sweat a lot.
Yeah.
So this is the process we in now of being refined. It's not pretty.
Right.
It's not cute. It's not what people. No one wants to show up and watch somebody refine gold, but everybody wants to wear the gold.
Right.
But we in the refinement. And see, Jake is ashamed of that part because it's not appealing to the world. You see, Jake wants some money so they can put some appeal on this thing.
Yeah.
Nah, man, we going through the refinement process, and if you ashamed of that, Yahweh Shai gonna be ashamed of you.
Yep.
Nigga, that nigga ain't my brother. This my brother. That nigga ain't my brother. Nigga, you ashamed of me? I'm ashamed of you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And his not it's like
No, go ahead.
and him being ashamed of us is way different than us being ashamed of him. That shit gonna be way different. You know? You gotta, bro.
Because you said, I want to go back to this Luke 12. I
You
just
got
thought
it,
about
bro.
this right here. This is Matthew 10 and 32. It reads, "Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven." Hey, so Yahweh Shai ashamed of you.
Yep. Yeah, when your situation come up, cause you have Yahweh Shai the media in real time.
Yeah.
So now you ashamed of Yahweh Shai and you get into some bullshit.
It's
You know?
over.
Yeah, them
Yeah,
prayers
it's
go up. Yahweh Shai like, man, look,
Man, it's over.
man, I don't fuck with that nigga.
Yeah.
You know, cause either Yahweh Shai can be your best friend.
Your worst nightmare.
You choose. Your conduct is choosing it.
Man.
You see? So now when your prayers go up, you ashamed of him, like, nigga, fuck that
I
nigga.
gotta get this since you said that.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 18.
I got one real quick. There's Ecclesiastes 8:4. It says, "And where the word of a king is, there is power.
Yep.
And who may say unto him, what doest thou?"
Yep.
They're going into, if Yahweh Shai is ashamed of you, that come with a lot of consequence.
Right.
As opposed to the opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, and
Man.
that shit is offending us, man. That offend the little ones.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 18:10. "Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones. For I say unto you that in heaven, the angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven." So, You despising the little ones by
Yeah.
doing that shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's another thing too. Cause you've been tasked with feeding the sheep.
Right.
So you go 3 weeks.
They starving.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
The shepherd coming back pissed.
Man.
Talking about you found another job, how you gonna get back?
We feed the sheep 3 weeks.
Yeah. So if we had to depend on you, what would we do?
Yeah. We gotta go
Yeah.
find something for
Yeah, we gotta wait till you get trained
Yeah.
on the forklift.
Need to walk through the woods looking
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
shit.
Gotta wait till you get forklift certified. Then we
Yeah, we can eat again.
get back to the end of the world, you know.
Yeah. Shit.
Damn.
It's back in Luke 12:37. It reads, Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself
Mm-hmm.
and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. And this know, that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched, and not have suffered his house to be broken through. But ye therefore ready also, be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not.
If I can add, El Pastor Hart makes a statement all the time. If you miss a day, you miss a lot.
Yep.
3 weeks,
Yeah.
you go one day without tapping in at least to a few videos and a little news, like you be out the loop.
Yeah, you out. Yeah. 3 weeks.
Yeah, you out the loop.
Playing catch up.
Yeah.
You'll never catch back up in 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, no.
You'll never catch back up, man.
Yeah.
It's hard now.
Yeah.
Going day to day.
Yeah.
Which shows you that it was sound counsel from the beginning.
Damn.
Because it was for your best interest. You know, to say, look, you can't do that. That's like watching Jake fail and not telling him you failing. You about to fall into you about to fall off a cliff.
That's love.
Yeah, that's the real love. That's you you tripping. That's go home, regroup, but that ain't gonna work.
The niggas on camera agreeing with this nigga.
Yeah. A whole bunch of cons watching this man fall off a cliff. That's terrible, man.
Cause
terrible
Jacob set you up for failure and then sit back and laugh at your
Yeah.
Nigga do that.
Slime ball nigga will do that, man.
Set you up for failure and laugh at you, man.
And because Jake don't understand judgment, Jake don't even realize how much love was being shown in that moment of saying that's off, that don't make sense.
Like you say, okay, the spirit of Yahweh shot. We're gonna pardon them 3 weeks. Now, from going forward, you can't do that.
Right.
They say that's love.
That's because that's what happened, you know. And man, but that's Jake rejecting the love. Like 2/3 already just they won't even come in, but then the Lord will give you the privilege of knowing who He is, and then you'll shun the love that the Lord's showing you. Nah, this will keep you a chaste virgin. This won't. And somebody that love you is gonna tell you that, like, bruh, you can't do that.
So they say single women keep women single.
Yeah.
But like these niggas, a lot of these affiliates, they just like single women.
Yeah.
So they want to keep you single.
Tripping.
Like your husband overbearing. You see?
Yeah.
So, but when he gotta go under the house and fix the plumbing, you see, that part.
Right.
They won't discuss that part. You see? So nah, man, you keep you Jakes, and then you Jakes that's going into these different camps, man. You know, it's like a harlot mindset too. You watching all these different camps. Cause you trying to get the best of every world. Cause that's what the harlot does. She trying to get the best of every world. That's why she want to deal with the athlete, the rapper,
Right.
you know, the CEOs, and she wants the best of it, you know.
That's not chaste.
Nah, man, it's not chase. And then you can't build nothing with a harlot.
Right.
You see? But with a faithful woman, a man can begin to extend his empire because we're, those chaste virgins, we're extending the house of Yahushua.
Right.
You know?
Going into that word, where the word of the king is, there's power. What are you presenting to the world through your videos?
Mm-hmm.
The word of the king.
Right.
So his power is being pushed out into the world. Whether people believe it or not,
Yeah.
in that day it's going to show.
Yeah.
But that's why these epistles are so important, because it's not only pushing out the vibration of Yahweh Shah, but it's also building within the house the servants, keeping our servants exhorted, you know, keeping you, reminding you that we ain't gonna be catching hell forever. And the videos do that.
So this back in Luke 12:41. Then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this parable unto us, or even to all? And Yahushua said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? Blessed that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. And of a truth I say unto you, he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But, and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord, the day of his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he liveth not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will point his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
Right.
But he that knew of not, and did not commit things worthy of stripes, shall be beaten with fewer stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, and of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask for more.
Hey, Yahushua, he has given us this truth, so he requires more of us. You see, we talk about the first fruits, you know, 144,000, where they have a different sacrifice than everyone else, you know, because they've been given more. They've been given the whole song, okay, to sing this new song, man, okay? So Yahushua has given more to the first fruits than he's given everyone else. They're going to get more glory on the backside, but like you say, they got more responsibility now.
Right.
More responsibility has been laid on us. What Apostle Paul say, woe to me if I preach not the gospel.
Right.
You know, if I do it not willingly, you know, a dispensation has been given me.
Right.
I mean, he's been, like you say, he was born Apostle Paul. He didn't choose that.
Right.
Yahushua was born Yahushua.
Right.
It ain't nothing that they choose. You know, that they chose King David. He was born it.
Right.
Moses, they were born it.
Right.
You see, they had to step into their responsibility.
That's it.
If I can read this.
You got it, bro.
Luke 16:10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
Yeah.
And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
Yep.
Yeah. Because this, even with everything the Lord has revealed unto us, it's crumbs compared to what we stand to gain.
Right.
So it's like showing that you can't have integrity with the crumbs, but you want the full meal.
Ain't gonna happen.
That's unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, you can't if you can't manage, you know, because people think that making more money is the solution.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you
Yeah.
can't manage 40,000, you ain't gonna manage 100,000.
Right.
Mm.
You know, you just gonna have more access to buy
Yeah.
more shit, but you
Yeah,
ain't
fuck
gonna,
it up
yeah,
quicker.
You go, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So people think that, cause you look at the people that really maintain wealth is the people that came from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they understand, okay, the concept of being conservative.
Right.
You see, a lot of people that come up, well, you know the game is rigged, but you look at certain authentic stories of people that come up, they go through their process of being poor, but that's when they get the most training on how to maintain wealth once they get it. Because they know how to be economical with a little. Because if you've been surviving with a little, you see, you've been stretching out a little.
Yeah.
When you get more, you can stretch more.
Right.
But if you mismanage a little, you're gonna mismanage a lot.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you're gonna destroy yourself.
That's it. That's it. That's all it do.
Like you say, sometimes the Most High be saving us from certain jobs because He know us.
Right.
And this is another concept we gotta tap into. Father knows best.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
That's a lesson.
Father knows best.
That's a lesson.
He fully understands. Like if I give him this, he through. If I give him this woman, through. You know, so that's why you gotta accept the will of the Lord. If the Lord say no, hey, accept it. You know, when Jake wanna try to make these workarounds, and it don't work like that, man. And then eventually, like you say, if you're not of the elect, Most High eventually step out the way, have at it.
Right.
You got it, bro. I got something too.
Come on, you got it.
Come on. This real quick. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, and verse 26. This in AMP. It said, "For if we go on willfully and deliberately sinning after receiving the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice to atone for our sins.
Right.
That is, no further offering to anticipate."
Right. Right. Hey, that's like if you leave the house,
Damn.
the door locked behind you. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, but this is our last lifeline. Yahweh Shah is your last lifeline. So for you to blow the last lifeline, you can't come back in the house until that season, until that day of doom, and you come back in your right mind.
Right.
But the door locked behind you.
Verse 27. But a kind of awful and terrifying expectation of divine judgment and the fury of a fire and burning wrath which will consume the adversaries, those who put themselves in opposition to the Most High.
That's it. That's it. Once you leave the house, you put yourself in opposition.
Yep.
You've left the pavilion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Lord don't require much for you to remain in the pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
But understanding that you don't deserve what you have.
Hey,
We don't deserve this truth.
Yeah.
We don't deserve it. It was given to us. That was a gift.
Right.
And he said you gonna be in opposition. The Most High gonna push you in the category with Edom and these heathens, man. Because if you're not for than Yahweh Shai, then by default you're for than Esau.
Right.
You know? So the Most High is gonna put you in that category. So if you wanna be that, he gonna put you in that category. That's why in that lake of fire is gonna be niggas and Edomites.
Yeah. Hey, that's why they said the same judgment going to the adversary, 2/3 finna get that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, and going to that point about that gift, you get a gift for Christmas you don't like, you know, you can take that bitch back to the store. People give you a receipt. The Lord give you a gift. You can't take that.
No.
You can't take that nowhere.
Mm-mm.
That's why the Lord said in Isaiah 48, I will not give my glory to another.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, if you don't want this gift, you can't take this and give it to nobody. He gonna take that shit back, no ass.
Kick you out the house.
Yeah.
Lock the door.
And add it to another brother.
But guess who
Or
did
another
that?
brother.
Guess who did that? Esau.
Right.
He sold the birthright.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah. And downhill.
Yeah. So Jake is in their spirit of like they don't think too much of the birthright like that.
Right.
They want them. They want them vittles. Jake want that venison.
Yeah.
Now.
That right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm finishing off.
That J.G. Wentworth spirit.
Yeah. Hebrews 10:28. It said anyone who has ignored and set aside the law of Moses is put to death without mercy on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. How much greater punishment do you think he will deserve who has rejected and trampled underfoot the Son of the Most High and has considered unclean and uncommon the blood of the covenant that sanctified him and has insulted the Spirit of grace who imparts the unmerited favor and blessings of the Most High?
And Yahweh's gift to Israel is Yahweh Shah.
And there's no place in history you've seen a king die for his people like Yahweh Shah.
Man.
His people, while they were going against him, nowhere have you seen that play out like that. So you basically said Yahweh Shah's sacrifice, a job is worth more than what our king did for us. Because the Lord will give you another job. and it's happened. The Lord can give you another woman. It's happened.
Right.
It's happening.
It's happening.
But now you're not honoring the King that died for you.
Right. Yo, Yahweh Shai is Yahweh's gift to Israel. And Yahweh Shai's gift to Israel is Yahweh's Holy Spirit filtered through Yahweh Shai. This is Proverbs 8:30. Then I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was his delight, and I was his daily delight, rejoicing always before him. Then this is what Yahweh Shai said. He said, I was my father's.
And that was his delight.
And think about it, like we just read, just to add to what you said.
Yeah, make better.
He sent that down to be tormented.
Yeah.
Like, nobody loved Yahweh Shai like the Most High.
Right.
This is like, if you got a son, so imagine that times a trillion with the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai who created a concept of love.
Right.
You see? So he had to watch his son be tormented.
Right.
So if you play around with that, that's why he's saying Moses. He said it would have been it's better for you to play around with the law. See, Jake talked about the law, but then they play with Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Apostle Paul is telling you, look, you had a better chance on the law of Moses, because if you reject Yahweh Shai,
It's over.
the type of punishment,
Ain't
the
nothing.
law of Moses was limited to what punishment it can.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
get stoned, you can get
Right.
burned, but see, now you playing with Yahweh Shai. Now
Anything goes. Terrifying. All weapons at his disposal.
Yeah.
And it's a green light on you.
and your spirit can stay in your body.
Yeah. You know?
Man. Right. Destroy both soul and body in hell.
Yeah.
Because the only place your soul and body together is on earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Proverbs 8:30 again. Then I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. And here was Yahweh Shah say, verse 31, rejoicing in the inhabitable part of the earth, of his earth, and my delights were with the sons of men.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, and then you want to say, you want to play with Yahweh Shah, but he's saying the elect is his delights.
He said he delight in you. Matter of fact, real quick,
Man,
there's Ecclesiastes 2. Because this is the Lord saying he delight in you by giving you this truth. That's
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
real quick, Ecclesiastes 2:26. For the Most High giveth to a man that is good in his sight, wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up,
Yeah.
that he may give to him that is good before Yahweh Shai. So the Lord's like saying, look, you're an acceptable man in my eyes. And this is the King of Kings.
man,
And for you to take that gift and say, you know what, I want the travail of a sinner. I want to just heap up and watch that shit crash out. I don't want the gift of wisdom. Or I prioritize the travail of a sinner over the gift that the Lord has given us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody asked you to be destitute. It's just not to put that over the priority of purpose. Like, this is our purpose. This is why we were born into the earth, Lord willing.
yeah, that's what Yahweh Shah said. Take that what he had and give it to another. You can't give the gift back.
Nope.
The Lord gonna take this shit from you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just give it back like, no, Lord, thank you, but no.
The scripture said, ye are my witnesses. When you think about a witness, what happens with a witness? In a lot of cases, especially extreme cases, you have to put that witness under witness protection.
Mm.
And a lot of the circumstances of our life is kind of sheltered around you being in witness protection so that the testimony can stay pure. So when you prioritize a job over the testimony, now you're putting yourself outside of witness protection.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can be tampered with as a witness.
So you're not witnessing anymore.
Yeah.
Because what does the CIA do when they're done with you? They eliminate you.
Yeah.
They call tying up loose ends.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't need you anymore, but you know too much.
Right. It's like the Lord got a pavilion, and then Esau throw a little job out there like, hey, come out the pavilion real quick. You can go back.
Yeah.
As soon as you get out there, you fed to the
Yeah,
world.
yeah. That spiritual sniper.
Hey, let's have you said that they know too much, so Lord got to get rid of you, cause you could become a spy now.
Yeah, you can't just walk around the earth chilling.
Yeah.
Coming to this.
Yeah, he said, grab your ass up. Nah,
Yeah.
we need you to infiltrate.
Yeah, you the warehouse manager.
Yeah.
You think that's gonna ride off. Yeah. And just
Man.
play 2K to career mode forever, man.
Yeah.
Alright, you finna get your ass out of here. No, man.
It don't work like that.
Nah. It's,
Man, that's heavy.
I got one real quick.
Okay, yeah.
It's John 18:37. It says, Pilate therefore said unto him, Art thou a king then? Yahushua answered, Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice.
Yeah, everyone is of the truth here, Yahushua, and they're gonna take it serious, man. You know, we've been awakened to our purpose. We were dead.
Right.
We alive now.
You're right.
So leaving this will be leaving life.
That's it.
You know?
Hey, in that Godfather movie,
I got one more, you know.
that Godfather movie, when she had came with her son, he done killed everybody else. She was like, you can leave him alone, he ain't gonna bother. He was like, no, he gonna come back and get me when they get grown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I gotta clip your ass.
Talking about Vito.
Yeah.
Young Vito.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, he ain't gonna, this is my baby. He ain't gonna. Nah, he said, when he get grown,
I done killed his father.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I was shy. Nah, nigga, you don't want this gift? Can't just, like you said, you can't let you play 2K in career mode.
Yeah.
You know, kill your ass. You got that.
I got this last one. This we can close after this.
Yeah.
Genesis 15:1. After these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. So this the reward. Yahushua the reward, not a salary.
Yeah.
You know, the reward is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Then he said exceeding. The Lord is, and then like I said, you have to believe. If you can't believe that the Lord can't keep us afloat right now, how you gonna believe He's gonna keep us afloat when it ain't no job to go to?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah. See, you Jakes don't understand this, and Jake think they so goddamn smart and cute and
that's heavy.
you know, so many steps ahead. No, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because if you don't trust now, you for damn sure ain't gonna trust in the time to come.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Because if you're willing to fold when things are up and functioning, what you gonna do when things ain't functioning? You're gonna take that C hip. Okay? Because you already showing you don't have no patience.
Right.
Okay? You might not, your lifestyle might downgrade for a month or two. And I'm speaking, hey, the Most High can lift it up.
You take it down.
He can mellow you out. He can take you down to a low
it.
point to where you have to be calculated with every penny.
Yeah.
Then he'll take you to abundance, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but then that don't, it gets us to the point to where that don't make us.
Right. You grounded in the Lord.
Yeah.
You grounded in the Lord. You just look at that as seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, this season I'll have a loss, this season I'll lose. And you look at it like that because this game don't mean nothing to us. The game of the world don't mean shit to the ones that really believe the Lord is coming back. This fashion is going to pass away, man. Whether Jake ready for it or not, this world is about to pass away. The Lord turned the planet into a prison, and now we have our date, and we're tracking it through prophecy. But 2/3 of our people want to stay here, man. They spiritually institutionalized. Bunch of spiritual felons that don't want to get out. They love they sell in the noodles and the zoom zooms and the wham whams.
Yeah.
They don't want to go free.
If I get this one precept, this from Dumma Warfare off the comment board. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It's Psalm 66:5. Come and see the works of power. He is terrible in his doings toward the children of men.
Yeah.
He turned the sea into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. There did we rejoice in him. He ruled by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves. Oh, bless our power, ye people, and make the voice of his praise to be heard, which holdeth our soul in life, and suffer not our feet to be moved. Fear thou, O power, fear thou, O power, has proved us. I'm sorry, for thou, our power, O power, has proved us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Thou broughtest us into the net. Thou layest afflictions upon our loins. Thou hast caused men to ride over our head. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. Yeah.
Right? And this right now, this council, beginning with our apostles, is a wealthy place. Because when you really understand through the lens of wisdom, understanding how Bashim Shai is above all gold. There is no higher wealth than the knowledge that the Lord has bestowed upon us. And what manner of persons like you to be? Would you prioritize a job over that? If it interferes with your ability to have and maintain the gift that was given to you? Because the Lord will give you another job, and it'll work perfectly with your schedule with serving the Lord. And he's done that time and time again. C-19 was a perfect example of that. Brothers lost jobs. Brothers lost all type of shit, and the Lord brought it back in a way where you could still serve him. So you're left with no excuse at that point. You're left with no excuse. Real quick, to end it, this Psalms 4 and 3, but know that the Lord has set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear him when I call. The Lord will hear when I call unto him.
You gotta believe it. You know, the Lord ain't got us out here destitute. No brothers out here destitute. They're serious about this. You see? And brothers harp on not making poor decisions. Like the elder brother Amor and Gabar. This truth has always been about bettering yourself.
Right.
The apostle, Tahar apostle, Gabar, go into your health all the time.
Right.
You know? They can have, they do walking talks with the weighted vest on. So it's like, the truth is 360. The truth is not about neglecting, it's about prioritizing. You know?
Right.
You got brothers that behind the scene, they help brothers fix their credit. You see? They help brothers be a little more financial savvy. You see?
Right.
So brothers is all about, you know, being 360 in this thing, man, from health, finances to the ministry. You see, the thing is, nothing can conflict with the ministry.
That's it.
Even like you say, with the health, you can't go too crazy to where you're serving to the gym, to the routine, and the truth is lacking. No. Okay, it's all about prioritizing, keeping the main thing. Do what you can in every other category to the best of your ability. Even when you do that, because even with the finances, you just want the finances so you can keep yourself afloat to do this. Everything is rooted back to doing this, man. Nothing is separate from serving the Lord. Everything is about putting us in a position to serve the Lord, man. From the health to finances to whatever. It's all about keeping us in a position to serve the Lord. You know? Y'all got anything?
That's it.
And with that, you know, we pray that you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We want to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKodash.
and double honors unto the apostles and the elders, the GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards your brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation, hopefully, shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you all for tuning in. May Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of Alexa be upon your houses, throughout for your precepts. Hey, till next time, shalom.
Shalom.